What's going on, guys? My name's Tom. Welcome back to another video. Here back to another last 2 question mark challenge. Today it's time to drive around Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, and we're going to drive as Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo. In the last question mark challenge I did with the Ferrari, and I didn't want to do once again, so we're going to start in last place as the Finn. Can we score points as him? Make sure to smash like, scratch if new, and make sure to tell me on the comments your predictions for this Italian Grand Prix and where we're going to finish in this challenge. I'm recording this on Thursday because this weekend I'm not going to be at home, so I need to record this way before the practice session. So I don't know what is going to happen, but my bets say that it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2, considering that it's a temple of speed and Ferrari is miserable when it comes to engine in this season. I think I'm expecting a no points race for Ferrari. We'll see, but it's going to be a tough race definitely for the prancing horse. But strategy wise, it's going to be a soft medium strategy, and we'll see what they can do in the space of 13 laps by starting in last place as Kimi Raikkonen. 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix. And it slides out, and away we go. Let's see if we can get up a good start against the both Williams cars. Yes, we can, and we are already up into P18, and we are already alongside the Roman Grosjean on the Haas, and getting some slipstream on Kevin Magnussen. Going to have down inside of the AlphaTauri of Gasly and of our teammate Antonio Giovinazzi in his own Grand Prix. Can he score points as well? That would be really good, but now we find ourselves alongside our teammate. We managed to get some good traction, and we have some good straight line speeds because I'm with a low downforce setup. I'm like a 1-3 wings racing today, so we're going to be pretty slippery when it comes to the straight line, and we are already into P14, so it's been a great start considering that the car we are the 3rd slowest car in the game, I believe, and I'm feeling pretty confident once we hit the straights and once the DRS gets deployed, because in terms of straight line speed, like I said, we are absolute monsters, and I think we can put a good show and maybe score points in this race. But early stages, like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident. I have to make sure that I don't force too much the tire, especially the rears, because there's a lot of crucial traction zones to get the best straight line speed as you can through Ascari. This is going to be the 3rd sector, is going to be the sector that we're going to struggle the most because of the fast corners, and let me tell you that I felt a lot of the steer through Parabolica, even more from Parabolica than on Ascari. You're going to see how much gap that Gasly is going to stretch at the exit of the last corner. But now we're going to have some slipstream. We'll see what we can do. Overtake mode, rich mix, and you're going to see the difference between the Ferrari power in this game against Honda power. Remember that the Ferrari power is pretty good in this game for the time being, and we're going to make another massive time bomb, because we didn't make any. We're going to make a massive time bomb on the McLaren of Carlos Sainz. So much good momentum, managed to outbrake the McLaren, which it was being a little bit held up by this train, and as you can see a little bit on the head up on the MFD, our engine is getting a little bit hot, so we have to have to go in lean revs in the slow parts of the track, because once your engine gets hot, you're going to struggle a bit with the straight line speed. So we have to watch out over the course of these next few laps. But lap 3, DRS is already enabled, and we're going to have against Lance Stroll. So let's see if we can set up a move against the Canadian, try to get a wider line to get a good run, but there's nothing that I can do for Parabolic. But in the straights, you're going to see the difference against the Mercedes power of the pink Mercedes, and he has absolutely no chance. He is a sitting duck basically, and we are into P11. We have the point on our side that is occupied at the moment by Lando Norris on the McLaren, getting really close as you can see through the chicane. So in terms of brakes, I'm feeling kind of confident. I was not feeling when I was practicing for this challenge, but we have some side-by-side action as you can see in the top right hand corner of your screen, and this is between one of the Red Bulls and the other racing point of Sergio Perez that is alongside the Red Bull. When we managed to take a slight look on Lando Norris, I wasn't planning that, but he left the door open, and I decided to take the pieces of that. We lost a lot of time, as you can see. Look how much is the gap now between me and Ocon. We managed to overtake the other McLaren, but I was very good on the brakes, and Norris left a little bit the door open, and I said, okay, I'm going for it, and yeah, it was a very unexpected overtake. I wasn't expecting to do that overtake. I was just waiting for this DRS zone. We cut a little bit the corners, so we're abusing track limits in this early stage. I have to watch that, especially at Ascari, which is a corner that I always felt very tempted to cut, but these guys are still going side by side. The racing point of Perez is already already ahead of the Red Bull, so the Red Bull falling down places in this Italian Grand Prix. So just to see that struggling for a straight line speed, and now he should be vulnerable to the Renault. I think Ricciardo already overtook Alexander Albon and the other Renault of Ocon as well. And we're going to get some slipstream, and we're going to switch on the outside. I tried to go on the inside, but we're going to manage to pull alongside very good on the brakes against the Red Bull of Alexander Albon, and we're going to make a superb move on the Red Bull in this Alfa Romeo. What about that? We're going to watch the replay. I tried to go on the inside, but Albon covered that, but I said, okay, if you don't let me to go on the side, let me try on the outside, and it absolutely paid off. Very good on the brakes. Maybe it was stepping on some tire marbles, and maybe that resulted a little bit on loss of grip, but in the traction it was amazing against the Red Bull. Maybe the difficulty is a little bit too high, a little bit too low, I should say. But definitely the setup, the low downforce setup, is helping us a treat at the moment, and these guys are still going side by side. So maybe I'm sniffing a best of the race in this Grand Prix as Perez and Ricciardo are going side by side. But first we have another Renault to clear. That is Ocon. I decided to let him go and cool down a little bit the engine and have some ERS and get a good run through the start-finish straight. And he stretched a little bit the gap, but now with the DRS we're going to maintain behind him, or maybe getting ahead of him. So here we go, ERS mode, overtake mode I should say. Pit window is open, DRS open, and Ocon is going to try to have a chance on Daniel Ricciardo, and he tried to go on the inside of the racing point, but no use because Perez managed to cover that pretty beautifully, and we managed to go run outside like we did on Albon, and we are into P8 as these guys are going still at it, as you can see. But the Mercedes power of the racing point managed to get the best straight line speed, obviously, because it's way much better than the Renault. But the Renault cars at the moment are doing bits to keep these cars, which are not really good in the straight line, in these kind of positions, and keeping with the racing point, which is powered by Mercedes, and that is not a very easy thing to do. So we're going to pit, and we're going to dress a brand new set of medium tires. Ricciardo stayed out, so maybe we can get an undercut on the Australian, we'll see. And here we go, we're going to dress a brand new set of yellow striped tires, and this should be a very fast stop. No, it isn't, because we've been jumped by not just of Ocon, and oh, it's an unsafe release, as you can see, and we go through Verstappen, and Verstappen managed to get ahead, so we lost 2 places in the pit stop phase, and maybe we don't get a chance to get an undercut on Daniel Ricciardo, because we lost a lot of time in pit stop phase. So we have to do all these overtakes all over again, which it was really unfortunate, because it was such a good move on Albon, but we'll see if we can do it. He's very slow through the first corner, as you can see, and we might have a chance. He's a bit far off Ocon, so we can't get that much slipstream as we're getting from the tie. And here we go, and we're going to make a pretty easy move. Very good on the brakes. We managed to outbrake, locked up a little bit, and that resulted us to go a little bit deep oversteer as I try to make sure that Albon is not going to come back. And we skip forward to the end of our lap, and we'll see where we're going to find ourselves, because now everyone is with their pit stops done, and we're going to get some slipstream, as you can see, of Esteban Ocon, so close to the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly. That was so close in the sandwich, but we managed to overtake the Renault, and look who it is. It's Daniel Ricciardo, so we managed to maintain the gap to the Australian, and we might have a chance maybe to not just overtake Ricciardo, but Sergio Perez as well, because in terms of straight line speed we are absolute monsters at the moment. We've gone purple on the first sector, as you can see, thanks to the mega slipstream that we got from Ocon, and now this is it. We're going to start lap 10, and you're going to see that the massive straight line speed that we have against Daniel Ricciardo, and I can tell you that he has some problem, because Jeff told me that. And look at the powerful slipstream against the other Mercedes power of Sergio Perez, and this is going to be an absolutely amazing move. You can manage to do that, and we're going to be giving a little bit of a squeeze, and that's us into P6 of this Italian Grand Prix after starting in last place in the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Raikkonen. That would be an absolutely dream of a result if that could happen in real life, which is not really likely to be, because the Ferrari power is really weak in this season. But that was definitely worth it to carry low wings, going extreme with the low wings, with the 1-3 wings to these last 2 question mark challenge. So definitely this is the way to go at Monza. It's all it has been, but as you can see, we're starting our last lap. Despite having the DRS open, Perez can't catch us, and that shows how much we are overpowered in the straight line speed in this question mark Max challenge, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I decided to push a little bit in this last lap just to make sure that Perez wasn't going to go back. Valtteri Bottas wins this Max challenge, so it would be really good to Bottas win the Grand Prix, because I would like to have a championship fight between the two silver hours. But for us, it's going to be P6 in this Alfa Romeo. It would be a dream of a result for Kimi Raikkonen. Let me know your prediction as well on the comments where Raikkonen is going to finish in the real life. It's been a very frustrating season for Raikkonen, to say the least. At the moment, he doesn't have any points on his championship table, and is more likely to retire this season, so it's sad. But yeah, if he doesn't have a car to fight for the places that he should be for the points, there's no point to continue. I think I see the things in that way. But there is Bottas carrying the trophy and Charles Leclerc in P2. That is not going to probably happen. It would be like a dream of a result. Imagine Ferrari winning the 2020 Italian Grand Prix. That would be a very utopic result, and that would be a very magical Grand Prix with a lot of safety cars, and yeah, that would be a magical Grand Prix for Ferrari. But there is confirmation results, and this race was really enjoyable to do, especially that overtake, that spectacular overtake on Alexander Albon, and the massive lunges that we did over the course of these 13 laps. But guys, that has been the video, my last question mark challenge as Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to smash like and scratch, and if you do see plenty more Formula 1 content, it really motivates me to make more. If you could that, I would be very thankful. But for now, it's time to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time.